Congresswoman, this came almost a year to the day that a female soldier at Fort Bliss in New Mexico was attacked by a group of Afghan men. Now, how did that not set off alarm bells?
Right. And thank you so much for having me. And you're exactly right. And we were on your show a year ago saying, look, we think there's a problem with the vetting process. We do not believe that the American people are safe. We feel like there was real problems because we knew the Taliban were the ones helping to evacuate the people out of Afghanistan. And you, on your show, we told the American people there was a problem. We sent a letter to the president asking for confirmation of that. Of course, we did not get an answer that made sense. We asked for Mayorkas to be put in front of the Oversight Committee so we could ask the questions the American people needed to know in regards to allies welcome home. We still got no answers, and now the report that came out in September confirmed everything we already knew. There were gaps in the process, the vetting was not adequate, and now we're seeing what's happening.
Well, we kept being told that we promised them. Like 120,000 people were promised. I don't know who they were promised by, but the American people's safety and security is of paramount importance. And the fact is there is no real possibility of vetting 99.9% of the people who were handed up to the soldiers at that military airport in Kabul. I mean, how do you ever vet them?
Well, you can't, because you can only vet against the paperwork you have available to you, and we did not have access to any of that. So we knew that they were coming into the country without properly being vetted. And then we saw, like you mentioned earlier, the attack on the service member on Fort Bliss after the Afghans were here and living on the base. And we knew right then, if they're willing to do that to a service member on a military installation, then what could happen to people around the nation? And now we're seeing just that, a child. In fact, this isn't the first case of an attack on a minor. We didn't do our jobs. Now we've put the American people in peril. And what happens, Laura, if it's something more sinister, if it's a larger catastrophic issue that happens? Who is going to take the blame? I hope the president will and Secretary Mayorkas, because this squarely lies on their hands.
Well, Republicans get back power, Congresswoman. They got to do something about this. I mean, refugees are supposed to be either returned to their homeland if possible. If it's not, there has to be adequate safeguards in place. This cannot happen again. I mean, this just simply can't happen again. This is just preposterous. Congresswoman, thank you for staying on this. And when you guys get the majority back, we expect action on this.